Hey guys, welcome back to Seller Sessions. Today I'm bringing in a special guest from Germany. His name is Christian Otto Kelm. Do you want to give him a quick little bit of background on yourself?
Yeah, for sure, for sure. I'm working in the Amazon business actually since 5 years.
Yes.
I've worked 2 years as product marketing manager for a big vendor in consumer electronics.
Yeah.
I've handled the European Amazon business for them from China to the Amazon marketplaces. Then I've joined Factor A, the global marketplace group, and built up an agency only for vendors
Yeah.
on Amazon. It's the biggest Amazon agency in whole Europe.
Right.
And then I've changed my situation and challenged myself by working with a seller, biggest seller in Germany, KW Commerce. And now since 1 year, I'm only working as Amazon consultant and having some talks on conferences like Online Marketing Rockstars and consulting big brands.
Yeah. No, it sounds good. Are you going to be at the private label days this June?
Yeah. As speaker and with Franz Jordan from Selex at the second day with a workshop.
Yeah, excellent. Now I'll be over. I'll be speaking. So Will Cherland, Kevin King, and there's a few of us. Right. Okay. Let's get into the show. Now, what I want to talk to you about today is more on a technical level. What's been going on in terms of listing optimization and stuff like that in Germany. I mean, pretty cool. We were just touching on the subjects of the pipes, on a listing. Some of the challenges I had in Germany a couple of years back is that where I realized you stopped using pipes because the situation with the language, and it was giving us issues in terms of PPC. But what is your take on pipes?
Yeah, I really hate them. We are talking about pipes at one moment, but the hyphen at the second moment. So for pipes, it's just a search operator. It was used to clear the content, the title into separation fields. It looks better, yeah. But after all, you have a backlash and co. And if you're reading the terms of service, the pipe is forbidden.
Right.
Yeah,
yeah.
It's in the TOS. So we have found out a really simple way. I by myself found out that the little L and the big E is working such the same in the optic structural situation, but hasn't the effects of a search operator as an or else.
Yeah.
And the second thing, since 2 years, I'm really working hard in education on Facebook and so on with the hyphen.
Yes.
Cause to the simple fact, we started with 250 characters 2 years ago when Amazon changed to 1,000. Then to 5,000, and so there was no reason to use the hyphen as placement operator. Because to a simple fact, A hyphen B has made sure you are findable for A and B without and with hyphen or the sign between. So we figured out at the moment that the hyphen itself makes huge problems in PPC and also in the direct performance of a keyword. So an A hyphen B isn't as much as important and relevant for A9 as the word A or B or AB together. So the hyphen in Germany is so old school as possible.
Right. Okay. So let me just break that down because I don't want it to be. I know that you're communicating to us in English, and very pleased about that because we're not speaking German in German. Now, with the hyphen, what you're bringing into play there. Now, there's a theory, and in terms of what we do with hyphens in the UK and the US market. So we use this for the structure, for the canonical URL.
Yeah.
It shows you the first 4 or 5 keywords before the hyphen.
Yeah.
But what you're saying, I got confused there with the amount of characters that you're allowing? Because you're saying it started at 250 characters, then 1,000 characters, then 5,000 characters.
Yeah.
And then you were referencing like an A-B. The reason why we would look to use that is obviously at the very beginning of our title, we'll use, say, 4 or 5 keywords, then the hyphen, and then that will be relevant for the canonical URL for external search traffic coming into Google.
Yes,
from
for
Google
sure.
into Amazon. So when you were referencing that and you was mentioning 5,000 characters, I was starting to think that you were talking about the back end. Is that what you're talking about?
Yes. In Germany, we are just using the hyphen in backend and some situations. For the title structures, you're right. The hyphen behind the first 5 will build a separate canonical for Google and external traffic and so on. Yeah, that's in my point of view the high Amazon SEO situation.
Brilliant. So we've kind of addressed that. So now the next thing I would say is that we used to use like the commas, not the hyphens on the back end keywords years and years ago, not recently. And then it was determined that you didn't need to use the comma because you removed that and used a space. So in Germany, were you using hyphens instead of commas on the back end keywords?
No, don't use them.
I know. That's what I was asking.
Some consultants are just actually talking about it, but from my point of view, currently it's not right to use them. To a simple fact, the importance and relevance for the A9 is such better if you call the search terms like the customer use them and not using such operators.
Yeah. Okay. So basically you're saying is that you will put full search terms in the back-end search term fields is what you're saying?
No, not the full ones. Cause to a simple fact, September 2016 it worked.
Yeah.
I filled all the 5,000 characters with complete search terms.
Yeah.
I've learned it from Vendor Central.
Yeah.
Amazon has separated the A9 as the vendor has to use the whole search term and the seller used the combinatoric of A9 just by using word by word, not the full search term.
Totally.
But in October 2016, the system was erased. And there were no major impacts by using the whole search term. But let's talk into high Amazon SEO. If you're just checking the index of title versus backend versus bullet point, it is necessary to repeat some major keywords.
Right.
A simple fact: if you're filling A in the title and B in the backend, you will be placed on SERP slot site. Page 9.
Yeah.
If you're filling the A and the B in the title, you will be findable on page 4.
Yeah.
So it's a typical problem with the positioning of the keywords in the structure of the Amazon page.
Right.
So it could be sensible to repeat, but as to make it normal as possible, just don't repeat it for the normal seller, but for the high Amazon SEO, there are some important and relevant situations. You have to use them same time.
Yeah. No, I mean, one of the interesting tests that I've done a lot of reverse lookups of different back-end ASINs. And I've done this across multiple marketplaces, and I kind of structured them into groups of the best sellers that sell in multi-countries in different languages, how they were utilizing their back ends. And then I was taking local sellers in that marketplaces that are performing well. And one of the odd things I see is almost like they were using like a top-down effect. So they use the full phrase of their keyword. But where are you with the prominence of the back-end keywords? Like there could be a school of thought is that you can keep faffing around and moving around on the back end, having 1,000 characters, reducing those characters and just keep playing around. Or you could put nothing in the back end, or you could just put your major search terms. What going forward to avoid this expansion of characters, reducing and everything else and faffing around with the back end, what do you place in there roughly?
Yeah. First of all, we have to talk about bytes, not characters.
Of course,
As
sorry,
the German
excuse
market
me. Yeah,
has some really, really hard characters
yeah,
that are using 2 or more bytes, like our SZ or A, M, E, U, Ö.
yeah,
The normal European sellers don't use them. It's really easy. The backend isn't for the customer. The title and the bullets and description are for the customer.
yeah,
So what I'm doing is really, really simple. From a German example, if you're talking about silver earrings,
yeah,
you will not have any English situation about the silver. Silver is silver in English. But in German, we have entry keywords with silver are called silberner, silbernes, silberne. Like typical bad English example, plecker,
yeah,
the blackest. Yeah.
yeah,
The A9 isn't able to solve the problem, so you have to repeat them. And this is a typical situation for the backend. Or if we're talking about earrings, yeah, typical earring. From my point of view, in English, it's just simple. It's earring. But in Germany, we have Ohrring, Ohrringe, Ohrstecker, Ohrhänger. English maybe noch Creole as a typical main synonyms.
yeah,
I will put them also in the backend. And the situation about allergies. For example, in the jewelry, we have nickel-free, without nickel, anti-allergent, for allergent people. So what are typical words I will fill in the backend, but for make sure don't take it the wrong way. The whole topic about wellness and nickel-free and so on are conversion keywords. So you have to mention them once a time in the front end. For example, best, steel, medical, accepted, free from all allergen stuff.
yeah,
But the typical words around this situation has to be placed in the backend. Or also alcohol free, without alcohol, and with no alcohol. So you have to put without, with no alcohol, and alcohol free in the backend. So it's really, really simple. And at the moment, currently with Keyword Analyzer from Analyze, a free Chrome plugin, you just find them out in 5 minutes. Yeah, I've worked out for cat food.
yeah,
Try cat food. It took me 30 minutes to make a complete overview about the search intention of the customer, course to the analyzer, and a bit of Excel and Pivot. So it's always not about search volume. Yeah, we have the search volume data, it's really exact, but at the end, we want to know how many people are buying under a keyword. That is at the moment hidden information on Amazon.
Yeah.
So the search intention is
for clarity, for clarity, there you're working instead of search volume, you're looking at searcher's intent on those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's absolutely the highest situation you have to confront your listing with. Of course, if the SERP site consistency, I have always talking about it. If you're entering a search term and you're not finding any of your products in form of color or in form of 2 packs, 4 packs, or in the pricing situation, you are not able to build up a relevance. Because the search intention by the customer is really, really focused on the situation. We have a hard history data in the SERP sites, and you can't ignore such situations. So the search volume is interesting for marketing, of course, if you're looking for impressions or high volume keywords. But for selling and for confronting the right customer at the right moment with the right search term, it's better to look for the intention.
Yeah, no, that makes total sense. So what is your take on that? So we've kind of gone into detail here on the on the title. Let's talk about how you present keywords in your title. What is the structure, etc. So when you're writing a title, are you writing a title? Obviously, you want the customer to understand the title, so you're trying to put across your keywords, your benefits, and the pain points within a short number of characters. What's your take on your structure of your overall title in Germany?
That's really easy. If you're using a little bit of pivot and a little bit of analyzer, you have your main situation with a customer. For example, garbage bags or litter bags, litter cans.
Yeah.
I've made a big survey, a survey as it was possible, with all synonyms. And I figured out that 60% of all search terms were about two topics.
Yeah.
Where I have to use the litter box and the volume.
Yeah.
So for my title, no problem. All customers are searching a bathroom, 15 liter, or kitchen, 60 liter. The rest is my product. The color, the material, is it plastic or is it metal or brushed aluminium or else? Or is it a box with, sorry, I don't know the word. Give me a second, I have to think about it.
That's right.
The cover. Is it cover with a clap or how it is working? Yeah. So what I'm doing is just to make a big survey, big data about the search intents, and then figure out what the customer is talking about and how my product is filling this gap. So for example, with with a litter box, or trash can or else, it's just so simple. The biggest impact is to fill in conversion and traffic keywords. So some synonyms at the right positions, but more important is the structure of the title per device. Since 4 years, I'm working with it, course to the effects of app and mobile devices. Yes. On the normal mobile device, iPhone, Samsung 8, 9, 10, app standard situation, 60 to 70 characters are shown in the app.
Yeah.
So you don't have more space to connect with a customer.
Yeah.
And for example, in the trash can, if you know that they're searching for the placement where they want to use it and about the volumnia, how big it has to be, you have to fill it into the first 60 characters.
Yeah.
For new problems, as the headline search ads are usable for sellers, with a maximum of 3 spot products, you have to make sure that there are only 30 characters.
Right.
Shown. So the typical structure of the title is 30, 60, 130, and 200 up. The 130 are formally the major SERP site structure. Actually, at the moment, they are showing the whole title, but some months ago there were only 130 characters, and the rest is just for the algorithm. You can use some article numbers, product numbers, or maybe some synonyms at the end, because the normal customer is looking at the title at once when he is clicking on the product, and then he is looking at price, bullet points, and pictures. And most of the normal customers from buying psychology will not read the title again.
Yeah.
So that are the major 2 steps in title structure: per device situation, conversion and traffic, and make sure that you're filling in the most searched and the most wanted informations, example, trash can, volumina, and the place to be.
Yeah, sounds good. Now, we've jumped around a little bit. We've gone title, we've gone to the back end. So going back to the back end, are there any other back end fields that you would complete as well in terms of it's indexable?
Yeah, indexable are mostly all.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you can fill up the special attributes. You can fill up. Don't use the drop down all the time. Yeah, the drop downs are nice,
Yeah.
but not always really sensible. So you can use own wordings.
Yes.
On, for example, on topic jewelry.
Yeah.
It's absolutely meaningful to use all fields.
Yeah.
The normal customer searching on desktop will find a huge filter system for the typical use of a ring for marriage or for just Oktoberfest, or the material, the stone shape, and so on. Big system for filters. Fill it out.
Yeah.
Typical problem, not only for indexable points, is prime. We have prime 1 day and prime long term. Prime long term normally 2 days, and prime express or fast is 1 day. If you're not filling in any situation and information about product, packaging, measurements, and the weight, and there are, I think, 5 times you have to fill it in. So it's not only about product weight, it's also about product plus package weight and so on. You will lose a lot of prime situation with a long-term situation. I need to be prime per 1 day.
Yeah.
Not the long, about the wording. In Germany, we have Langstrecke. It took 2 days.
Yeah.
And for the index, it's such a high Amazon SEO situation, since enhanced brand content was rolled out for sellers. They have changed the situation 2 times. First, the description was shown on the mobile devices and on the desktop. Actually, it isn't happening anymore. The description is only shown on Amazon devices anymore, and the EBC, enhanced brand content, is overlapping the description. But the description, as normally, is not indexed. But it's really easy to make it indexable. You have to use and fill in the full search term.
Yeah.
You have 2,000 additional bytes for keyword search terms, but make sure you use them completely.
Yeah.
So it's from my point of view, high Amazon SEO, but it's a nice hack.
What do you do though? For instance, is there any way that the description would appear anywhere? Like, say, for instance, you took the 2,000 characters and just stuffed them with keywords.
Yeah.
Is there any danger of the description area appearing in the search results?
Yeah. Of course. On Amazon devices, on the Fire TV, I think, and in the tools, of course, like Analyze, they can still read your description. But at the end, you have to find out where it happens, but also, is it really necessary to think about it? Of course, mobile app.
Yeah.
Product, title, price, add to cart button, enhanced brand content, often really used wrong, as enhanced brand content didn't mean ebook content.
Yeah.
Some sellers are really writing a whole book, but no product description or short examples of point of sale and uniqueness.
Yeah.
And down below that, there is the description. But like the bullet points on mobile, who in the hell is clicking on that and reading it?
Yeah.
So for premium strategies, it's really nice.
Yeah. So I want to just back up on it, because we covered a lot of stuff. So I just want to spell it out to the audience. So we were talking about the filling in the back end search term fields, right? And then we elaborated on that, where we were talking about using the other fields that could be completed on the back end, like you mentioned. So what would take precedent first? Like, so you've got the back end search terms, but then you've got the additional fields like you were referring to in terms of jewelry and stuff, where you can put in your own keywords. What what's the hierarchy? Would you do your main keywords that are left over from your listing into the back end search term fields? Then the remaining that's left over for them will go into additional search terms that will go into these additional fields. And then what's left over from that, and if you've got enhanced brand content, you'd put those in the description, the original description of the listing that doesn't actually show for indexable results, right?
Yep. But overall, I have to mention that I'm working in a really other way. Most of my clients having not only one product. We are talking about product portfolios, brand portfolios.
Yeah.
So I have no problems with keywords. I have no problems with spaces. Cause to a simple fact, I'm focusing on the customer and the product.
This is what I was going to say, because the thing is about relevance, right?
Yeah.
And what I was trying to get to, that's why I was asking you, because depending on how big your category is, unless you're selling, say, vitamin C or something like that, you may not have that wealth and depth of search terms that are going to be, one, relevant enough for your product to cover all of that areas. Because you think you've already got your listing, you've got your back end keywords, you've got the additional fields on the back end, and then if you start to use the description area that doesn't get used but only for indexing keywords.
Yep.
I mean, how many relevant search terms outside of micro conversions are you going to get? You know, it's like, how far can you push it?
Oh yeah, I'm so with you. It's a typical problem in the mindset of the FBA sellers, but also on the video guides, video course, and so on. For simple example, just using it for jewelry. Yeah, one ring. 15 ring measurements, sizes, and 30 colors, the stone color. So we are talking about simply as that, about 450 different rings. Size multiplied with a stone color. So if we are multiplying with 250 bytes, I have 112,500 bytes for keywords. And that is only one variation. I have 900 of them. So we are talking about 900 more, about 1 billions and billions of bytes. So I've built up an automated clustering keyword system for situations like that. So that the structure of the title bullet points is for corporate identity and traffic conversion. And the back end is a clustered system about main and topic keywords, colors. We are talking about red, dark red, light red, or violet situations like rose, with difficult writings. That's more important to focus on that situations instead of you call it micro conversions. You will get rich with the micro conversions. You get rich with a long tail, and as a matter of fact, with a relevant long tail. So I'm really like your situation. You talked about it.
Cool. And so we've kind of covered the title, we've covered the bullets and the description. Let's talk enhanced brand content. What are you doing in terms of standing out from the pack when you're putting stuff together for your clients for enhanced brand content?
First is to mention that I'm not thinking that the enhanced brand content will get indexed ever. Never ever, like the A+ or the new A Premium content for Windows. So as the position of the EBC is since June last year on the first place on the app, before description, before bullet points, you have to figure out one simple situation. It's the first time ever on Amazon that a picture is displayed with text. So on the PDPs, normally you have on the left side the pictures, on the right side the bullets. On the old product detail page on the app, you have the pictures by the title and the price, and the text is below it. With enhanced brand content, it's the first situation where the customer can see a picture and read the text directly with one situation. From a buying psychology, it's the biggest thing of all. Seeing a picture and understand it with a text. So not the text like a book, short, simple, make sure he understands your brand intensity or corporate identity, and don't show too much. Yeah, let the pictures speak and not the text.
Yeah.
So keep it short and simple. I've enhanced brand content seen last year with 17 scroll situations.
Jesus, yeah.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah, right.
Yeah.
So keep it simple. 3, maybe 5 situations. Cause the simple fact: if the customer is convinced to buy the product, he cannot press the return button. He cannot press the buy button. He has to scroll back.
Yeah.
So don't make it too.
So what you're doing is by making your enhanced brand content longer, you're putting friction in the way by the point that someone has to go back to the top of the page. It's not like on WordPress where you've got a little function where you can click back to the top and it takes you up. Yeah. So ultimately, the longer your theory is, the longer the enhanced brand content is, the further it pushes you away from the buy box.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Or the customer is pressing the return button on the handy and will be set back into the SERP.
Yeah.
Yeah, so there is no really way to handle it. Keep it short and simple, like the KISS system, and make sure you're not losing the customer while he is reading your enhanced brand content.
That's interesting you could say that, because obviously people always tell you, tell the story, tell the brand and everything else. But then if you think about it logically, right, like what you said, if we talk it on a technical level, you want to get your point across, yeah? You want to get your brand across. But basically you're investing in something that doesn't index, that costs money in terms of additional imagery work.
Oh, yeah.
Because you can't use the same images that are in your main images at the top. So you might have to shoot a load of other lifestyle images, which is an additional cost. You've got to write additional copy, which isn't a problem, but you might have to farm that out. And then you could do all of that work only to push the person away further from the buy box.
Yeah, of course. Most of the time, the sellers which are using it are forgetting the customer journey.
Yes.
Cause to a simple fact, a customer who is searching with a search term has still figured out what he wants by price, quality, the loveliest color, and so on. He's filling in the search term and moving through the SERP sites.
Yeah.
So first mistake to mention it on site, on the app, number 1, place 1 isn't the place to be, because our thumb is so brutal trained to scroll. Yeah.
Right.
That's really hard. If you're searching on app, your thumb will scroll down. First situation, it's scroll down. So the customer then is going to a SERP and figuring out your product. Title, picture, price, maybe the reviews are nice, and he's clicking it. Now he don't want to see all your tellings about your biggest brand that you're building up. He has clicked. Now he wants to buy. He wants to know some information about it. And please make sure, show your point of sale, click in the buy box, sell the product, and don't show your brand like 30 sites, scrolls of enhanced brand content. I'm the best, I'm from Germany, or I'm from Europe, or what else. Typically, the Chinese are selling more than the Germans.
Yeah.
And they don't using brand storytelling in epic sites.
Yeah. So what you're saying is, I just want to get clarity here, is obviously when you're on the mobile device, often all the sponsored ads are appearing at the top in most cases. You're saying is that people with they're putting their thumb down on their phone and they're hitting scroll before they're actually taking on board the first ad or the first organic placement.
Yeah, we are trained to do so.
Yeah. So ultimately, people are vying for the number one position, and they're either going to they're going to get clumsy with their thumb to click on that ad by accident when they're pressing down to scroll up.
Yep.
And they're also masking that. So what you're saying is, in terms of in Germany, you don't go after position number one. You want to be above the fold, for instance. As I've shown.
For making it sure, I'm working on the search intention of a customer. My goal is it to be visible on all relevant keyword sets with all relevant products.
Yeah.
And I'm just only working with product portfolios, not by only one-time products.
Yes.
So I have a different strategy. So if my ring or the coffee. The coffee cup is on number one or placement one with one keyword. I don't count about it. I don't even think about it. I have to be visible on all situations that are relevant. And first site, second site, what else? The goal is to be visible and then at the end make sales. So the placement one doesn't really matter. I want to be shown on all keywords. With tools I'm using like Analyze, you get dynamic keyword set proven every day. So you will see if you're today shown to 400 keywords, make some content optimization. Next day they are shown to 2,000 keywords that are relevant. That makes more sense to me than the battle for the first.
Cool. Look, we don't plug software on here, but you talked a lot about Analyze, and you said there's a free version of it.
Yeah.
So let's talk about that, because then at least the members of the show can always check out the plugin themselves, because it's free. Because I've spoke about Sonar on the show before, because again, it's a free tool and it's a great way for people that don't speak the local language are able to use images like thumbnail images that appear on the search results, so that, you know, when you are searching and then you're doing the translation, that the relevant products appearing. So what I'm interested in talking about Analyze here is that you were talking about the relevance, which is obviously where A9 is moving more and more closer to each time. With all their upgrades that they do. Obviously, we don't work inside of A9 towers, but like you said, it's one of the most sophisticated systems in the world, isn't it? And they're always looking to improve. So walk me through some of the stuff that you're using Analyze for in terms of the relevance and how you're selecting your keywords and harvesting from your keyword research.
First of all, just to mention, there's the free Chrome plugin, the Keyword Analyzer, of course, and the other situation is the Amazon, the Analyze tool that costs a bit per month. But just talk about the Keyword Analyzer. We figured out in February, 8th of February, there was a huge relevance changing in the A9 and end of March. You can just see it if you're looking at the SERP side consistence. For example, football, yesterday, Bavaria Munich loses against Madrid, but it's another topic. If you're filling in football in Germany, Fußball, you found a lot of different situations like shoes or books or cards and a few footballs. But if you, at the moment, filling in football as the only word, you're really finding nearly 90% footballs. So the relevance has really learned more and more. For another example, in March, we have keywords with 10,000 results. And after the A9 update for relevance, there are only shown 1,000.
Right.
So we figured out that something was happening, and with the analyzer, you just can use on every marketplace instead of India, Japan, and Chinese markets, a keyword or index analysis about your ASIN or keywords. You just fill in a word. That's the only situation you have to work by yourself with synonyms. But most typically, I am working with the synonyms of filters of external shops or sites. I'm not thinking about synonyms. I'm just using other shops. For example, in the consumer electronics, you're using MediaMarkt, or else in the situation of bureau and office, you're using Staples, Conrad, and so on. You just have to fill in the keyword analyzer the word, and you can choose between exact and broad, and the deepness on the left and right from 1 to 5.
Yeah.
So we'll check all the search intentions, and then you will get shown a cloud with a different word structure, bigger words, smaller words, and you can download all the results with a Steuerung A, Control A.
Yeah.
You can copy them all, not in normal tools. You have to fill in your email and get sent something. You can just put it out there.
Yeah.
I'm working it with most relevant synonyms. At the end, for example, I've worked with ring jewelry, 25,000 keywords, really search terms.
Yeah.
With a pivot, I've clustered them into necessary, non-necessary, like wooden jewelries. Wasn't my topic, was about steel. And when there are 15,000 still in the listing, I've then separated into the words.
Yeah.
Simple in Excel, and fill them all under each other. And with a pivot, count and reduce. So at the end, there were only a few situations. You can fill it in a nice pivot diagram, and you're ready.
Yeah.
It's really, really, really easy. Amazon SEO is no high scientific working. You have to understand how the relevance setup is working, and that you have to figure out the price under keywords and the SERP site consistency under keywords. That's much more important than everything else.
Yeah.
And just to mention a little hack on the site, by site, I'm working by, you've talked about it, how to prove the relevance for a keyword.
Yeah.
Amazon makes it just simple. Just choose the category you're listed in, fill in the keywords. You will only get to shown relevant suggests, not all suggests. And about the deepness of your entry, you will figuring out how much search volume and how much power is on the search term. If you have to enter 20 characters to see the auto-suggest, you're going the wrong way, man. It's also in the listing, in the category. If you're looking for the bad category just only to get a bestseller badge, you're making so many things wrong, because if the situation with auto-suggest isn't fitting to the chosen category, you will have no success at all.
Yeah. So what you're saying is you can win the bestseller badge, but you're going to narrow your bandwidth in terms of the search terms available for your product in terms of conversion.
There is per category a separate and hidden keyword set.
Yeah.
For most of my clients, I'm at first working on the category situation. For vendors, really easy. You can use up to 40 and more categories. And you can use the different specific keyword set. If you're thinking about the fidget spinners starting 2017, they were bestseller in every impossible category. But if you have looked at the specific keywords they were found to, you will not found any sensible keywords. And that's a huge mistake a lot of sellers are making actually at the moment. Yeah.
Totally. That makes total sense. Well, look, I tell you what, we've been running a while now. Let's wrap this here, because I'd love to bring you back for part 2 of this. I think we've had a fascinating chat. There's so much more we can explore. Is there anything you want to add before we go? And how can people reach you for consultancy and stuff like that?
Yeah, first of all, relevance is king. It's all about content and Amazon SEO, but without relevance, you will not be successful on Amazon. Just think before you sell, or start to sell. And secondly, I'm just working as an Amazon consultant with my Learn shops and content keyword management. And I'm speaking on the most of all Amazon conferences this year. So feel free to contact me. Most of the clients are contacting me about Facebook. I'm Otto Kelm, the yellow Simpson avatar.
Right. Okay. And is there an email address that people can reach you on, or a website contact us form?
Oh yeah, on the sites, on the Learn Shop site or on the Content Keyword Management site. It's really simple. Without a brand, it's just christiankelm9@gmail.com.
Christian Kelm9@gmail.com. We'll put that in the show notes. Thank you for coming in today. It's been great to have you. Guys, thank you for joining us. If this is your first time, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. We'll see you again soon. Take care.